Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan Battle video for you. In this video we're going to be looking at how you can easily beat the latest Virtual Dokkan Clash Battlefield Part 2. This is a new special Part 2 version of the Virtual Dokkan Battle that has released, and it is just like Part 1 in that it has only 3 bosses. The third boss is going to be a 2-phase fight though, and the first 2 bosses are really nothing to worry about too much. I'm going to have all the teams that I use to beat each boss up on the left. The first 2 bosses, so Super Janemba being the first one, I beat with just regular mono teams. I tried not to take crazy powerful teams in or units in because I was more saving those for the other teams, but you are only going to be able to select 35 units in total, so basically 5 teams you're going to get to make. So Super Janemba, nothing super interesting or different about him. He can nullify super attack sealing effects, so you can't super attack seal him. He disables any attack reduction on himself, he can evade enemies' attacks, and he can reduce damage received. But really, the first 2 bosses are really quite easy. They have missions tied to them to get tickets, so they made them very easy to get through. I mean, you can see I one-shot them there with this team. This team was a mono team, and we just got a one-shot there, so nothing too difficult. I'm not going to go too much more into him. We'll move on now quickly to Omega Shenron, so next boss, Super AGL. So I've got a TEQ mono team to go against him, and again, you see there, I'm not rocking crazy TEQ units. A couple of free-to-plays in there, well, one free-to-play LR in there, and again, we just took a mono TEQ team, and it was also quite easy. They are giving out tickets on the panel missions and in this event for doing missions, and in these missions in the Virtual Dokkan Clash, so they are generally, when they do that, they're not going to make them ridiculously difficult to obtain. So the first 2 bosses are quite easy and simple. So Shenron, again, Omega Shenron, nothing too wild. He's going to grant immunity to being stunned, so you can't stun him. He disables any defense reduction. He locks character switching, which is a little bit irritating, but nothing too wild. And he also reduces damage received. So again, I think we 1 or 2 shot him here, and he locked our Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks in here, but Gotenks just dodged, and I must admit, I don't think we would have taken that much damage. Anyway, like I said, these 2 bosses are not difficult. That is the team I used there, though, and yeah, I think we do have a bit of a supercharged TEQ unit there, being this Vegito. He has a temporary boost still at the moment, so he just comes in and he does a huge amount of damage, even under those mono leads, which are not crazy. But again, I would just take a TEQ mono team like this or something similar, and you should pretty easily manage to clear out the Omega Shenron. Okay, now we get to the final boss, which is going to be the Gogeta. Now it's a 2-phase boss. It's going to be TEQ Gogeta first, and then you're going to get physical Gogeta next. So the first version, the TEQ Gogeta, these bosses have significantly more health than the last 2, so it is quite a step up. It's not going to be super easy. I wouldn't bring mono teams here. Definitely bring type teams, category teams. So for instance, the first team I used was the Super Bosses team with a bunch of easy aid units. We've got the LR Goku Black there as well, who's got a temporary boost and it just hits crazy hard. We do have a free-to-play unit in there, the LR STO Zamasu. That is fantastic for this team, and then lots of easy A's. We've got the AGL clone for dodging. As long as he gets an AGL orb, he's going to dodge everything, and then the TEQ clone. As long as he gets a TEQ orb, he's going to just immediately have an extra 40% damage reduction. But yeah, you need heavy, hard-hitting units, powerful teams. There's a lot of health on these 2 bosses, and I don't actually have a slide for the second boss because we managed to clear it with. You really can clear it with 1 team. I found this virtual clash a lot easier than the previous one. Not that the previous one gave me too many issues. I just was able to take a single team and clear through both bosses. I didn't need a reset, whereas the last time, the last one, part 1, had a Vegito that just massively ramped up. The second part of this fight does have a... Well, let me not get ahead of myself. Let's go over the stuff for TEQ Gogeta here. So he's going to be granting immunity to being stunned, so you're not going to have to stun him. He can't be super attack sealed. There's no attack and defense reduction allowed. He will reduce damage received, and he also, interestingly, performs a critical hit when attacking. So he crits, which means he is going to bypass some defense and that. He's going to... But... Again, I didn't really notice him too much with this team. This is probably one of the top 3 or 4 teams, top 5, let's say, at least, teams in the game currently, though. So there's not a lot of chance of them taking too much damage on this, but really get caught out by maybe the AGL not dodging, but he's got 70% chance to dodge. So, yeah, the TEQ stage, nothing too hectic going on, just a lot of health. So you will need to make sure you brought some big boy units to do a lot of damage so you can start chunking this down. This team is great for this because we've got 2 supercharged int units, being the LR int Goku Black as well as the LR int merged Zamasu, Fusion Zamasu. So those 2 are 2 very hard hitting int units, so they just destroy TEQ, which is great. As well as obviously you've got LR STR Goku Black / Zamasu tag unit, which does huge damage and massive support as well. So yeah, with that one team I was able to clear out the rest of the entire fight. Now that is only 3 teams, and you can make 5. So I would definitely advise for your next 2 teams, if you can't make this team, make some powerful teams. Like you could bring GT Heroes, very powerful at the moment, especially with the EZAs. You could bring Giant Ape Power, so Great Ape Power, sorry. That would be a great team to bring, very, very powerful at the moment. Especially with the Super Saiyan 4 LRs that have their temporary boost, they'll do stupid damage, as well as the 2 EZAs that came out yesterday for the SS4s. So that would be a great team to bring. Universal Survival Saga / Representatives of Universe 7 has some great units on it. You can a lot of dodge, a lot of revives, and big units on there. Earth protecting heroes running under the LR TEQ Vegito. So those teams are really, really great. They bring full teams like that as extras, just in case something goes wrong, you make a mistake, you get stupid here, get caught out. You want to have those 2 teams in reserve, at least one, but you want to have those 2 teams in reserve. So I would recommend building those teams, and that will get you through the event. Because going on to now Gogeta, just skipping ahead a little bit here to physical Gogeta. Okay, so what's going to happen is you are going to then go straight into the second phase of the fight, and you are going to have the same team that you just had, all zooped up and already along, and so see, you get all the animations, you get all that. You're not restarting a fight, which is quite nice. So any turn requirements, your teams should be quite powerful, and going into all their transformation, SS4s should be coming out, Gogetas should be coming out, all that. The only difference, because I don't have a slide for you guys on this one, unfortunately I didn't take a screenshot because I didn't actually come out of the fight because we just beat him with this team. Yeah, suffering from success, I know, but the only difference that you need to know about for the physical Gogeta is that he will gain an attack plus 13% buff with each attack that he receives. So nothing you can really do about that. The only thing I would say is you want, and I've said this earlier, was you're going to need units that hit very hard, because you don't want someone doing 6 super attacks at 5 million each, and you're just boosting Gogeta and not really doing any damage to him. So you need very hard hitting units. So like I said, those teams that you want to bring Universe Survival Saga, Representative Universe 7, Giant Ape Power, GT Heroes, yeah, Gogeta for sure. If you've got the AGL LR Gogeta that came out, he will be fantastic for this, because he just does so much damage. So Gogeta, the boss, will start doing an extra 13% infinite stacking attack with each attack he receives. So if the fight goes on too long, there will come a point where he will just do way too much damage and he'll obliterate you. And that's fine. You'll come out of that fight, then you'll select your next team, and then you'll go back in, and that attack those attacks that he would give you will now be reset. So he doesn't keep his attack plus 13% when you go back into the fight. He loses all of that, and you basically get to start again with him at a reduced health. So it's not the end of the world if you don't beat it with one team. It really doesn't matter. You can use a different team, use 2 different teams if you need to. That is no problem. And yeah, that is pretty much how you do it. And you get through it, you get your tickets, you get your all your rewards, and that is how you get it done. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll skip ahead a little bit here just so you can see how we're finishing off here. We had a cheeky swap to Zamasu for the end here, just to get that sick animation in, and yeah, I don't always get to see him because we are usually tanking with Goku Black. So yep, there it is, the KO screen all done with that team. I was pretty happy that I was able to just get it through it with one team, but this is an awesome team with so much defense on it. So yeah, and there you go. You can see we've got our glow tickets there. Gonna go ahead and summon. We've got our dragon stones. We're getting our battlefield memories, and there is the team and the time, and me taking a screenshot. Glad I left that in. And yeah, there we go. All done. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps somebody, and I will see you guys in the next one.